welcome to the Eclectic Collection. Today we have episode 43, Feathered Friends. This is really a nod to one of my students, my beloved Ethan, who is quite the ornithologist, quite the bird watcher, and I have some friends that are very into bird watching, and I just frankly never knew it was a thing. I'm happy if a little birdie lands nearby, which by the way is good luck, and get nervous if there's blackbirds around that are circling like vultures. I'm always afraid that that's bad luck. So that's kind of the extent of me with birds, but I've talked a few times in different episodes about birds and different stories that have occurred with them and interesting characters. Can't say I had one. Never a bird person. I've more been on the furry side of things with doggies and wannabe kitties. But I thought this would be cool. There's 50 states, and I always knew very proudly that the ruffed grouse was the United States, the Pennsylvania bird, state bird, and I learned that back in third grade. So I thought, and I whipped that knowledge out one day in class, and Ethan said yes and started rattling off other state birds. I thought, well, how cool would this be? So, Ethan, this is for you. So, Alabama, starting with the A's, is the eastern wild turkey / the northern flicker. It could be either or. Some of these have really interesting names. The Alaskan bird is the willow. Of course, I get a funky name right at the beginning. Ptarmigan? I hope I'm saying that right. Wow, that sounds funky. Arizona is the cactus wren. Arkansas has a northern mockingbird. California has the California quail. I wonder if he's California dreaming. Colorado has the lark bunting. Connecticut birdie is the American robin. I would hope he's American. He's hanging out in Connecticut. So District of Columbia, which technically not a state, but we're throwing it in there, is the wood thrush. Delaware is the blue hen chicken. Now that makes sense to me because University of Delaware is the blue hens. So, okay, I get that one. And Delaware is pretty close to where we are in the tri-state area. Florida is the northern mockingbird. And Georgia is the brown thrasher / bob white quail. So I don't know if there's a fight between these two birds or they're just both really popular. I'm going with they're both listed for a reason. So who am I to question any kind of bird love here? Hawaii is the nene. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds kind of cool. Idaho is the peregrine falcon / the mountain bluebird. So again, I guess there's a bird fight. Maybe they throw potatoes at one another. I'm not sure. It's Idaho. Anything goes there. Ghost buds. Illinois is the northern cardinal. Here's my problem. Indiana is also the northern cardinal. So not only do we have a birdie fight, we have a state birdie fight over which state gets to claim the birdie. So northern cardinals all around the I states. Iowa went with the eastern finch. Kansas is the western meadowlark. Every time I hear meadowlark, I think of Meadowlark Lemon and the Globetrotters, but he's not a bird. He just flies like a bird when he dunks, but it's been a long time. Is he still playing? Probably not. It's been a while. Kentucky has the northern cardinal. Louisiana has a brown pelican. Maine has a black-capped chickadee. I just like saying that word, chickadee. It's good times. I never had chickens. Maryland has a Baltimore Oriole, which, again, I'm not much for baseball, but even I know there's the Orioles, not to mention the Rockin' Robin song talks about Orioles. Massachusetts has a black-capped chickadee / wild turkey. I feel like wild turkey comes up a lot here. Michigan has the robin redbreast. Minnesota has the common loon. I could do so much with that. I'm just going to leave that alone. Mississippi, the wood duck / mockingbird. Not to be confused with the mockingjay. Jennifer Lawrence would be proud. Missouri has the eastern bluebird / bob white quail. Again, birdie fight. Montana, western meadowlark. And the obviously national bird, the U.S., would be the bald eagle, which even I knew that one. So he's, I don't think he's extinct anymore, or was threatened of extinction. I think they had a couple more little birdies. Nebraska is the western meadowlark. Nevada is the mountain bluebird. New Hampshire is the purple finch / red-tailed hawk. Now, that to me, you can't get farther apart in birdies. Finches versus hawks. Hawks are huge. Just saying. New Jersey has the eastern goldfinch. And New Mexico cracks me up. It's the greater roadrunner. Meep, meep. Obviously, that's probably why Wile E. Coyote was always trying to get things from Acme, and it was a big open, empty road. I could just imagine them driving through like Albuquerque somewhere on a dusty road, and that's where the Roadrunner came from. Who knew that Saturday morning cartoons and Warner Brothers was onto something? New York is the eastern bluebird. North Carolina is the northern cardinal. North Dakota is the western meadowlark. I feel like these guys are getting interchangeable sometimes. Ohio is a northern cardinal. Oklahoma is a scissor-tailed flycatcher / wild turkey. Again with the wild turkeys and a birdie fight. It could be either or. Scissor-tailed scares me, though. I don't want to mess with him. Oregon is the western meadowlark. Pennsylvania, back to ruffed grouse. That's us. I knew that one. That's about the only one I knew. Rhode Island is the Rhode Island red. Okay, red what would be my first question, but the Rhode Island red. Okay. And he has the state name as a birdie name. So they're like, you know what? None of this mixing and matching. None of this birdie fight. We're claiming our own dude. South Carolina is the Carolina wren / wild turkey. Again with the wild turkeys. I get it. They were all over the place. Hence Thanksgiving. South Dakota is a ring-necked pheasant. That's pretty unique. Tennessee has a mockingbird / bobwhite quail. Texas is a mockingbird. Now Utah, I'm sorry, this is just weird. Utah's bird is the California gull. Does that make no sense to anyone else, or am I the only one in here? Utah, yet you're a California gull. I don't get it. That seems like statist or something. Vermont is a hermit thrush. I guess he doesn't come out a lot. Virginia is the northern cardinal. Washington State is the willow goldfinch. West Virginia is a northern cardinal. Wisconsin is the American robin / mourning dove. And by mourning, I mean like sadness, not opposite of night. So that's depressing. Poor dove. And again, birdie fight. And Wyoming is the western meadowlark. Now, that's all 50 states and D.C. and obviously the United States as the bald eagle for a national bird. And I would not have known most of that information, but I feel like they got a lot of birdies repeated. And some are little strange misnomers. So I hope for the bird lovers and feathery friends and friends of feathered friends that you enjoyed that list. I just get a kick out of lists sometimes, and I thought that was kind of unique. Again, it's all Ethan's fault. But hopefully you can spot some of these little birdies floating around. I can't say I've ever been lucky enough to have one land on me, but near me is close enough. And it's almost like they hop on over and they tweet a little and then they run away. So I wish good luck, birds, to you in your future. If you liked what you heard today, then check us out at eclecticcollectionpodcast.com or listen on your preferred platform. I'm Terry Tenaglia. Thanks for listening.